So our AC unit is frozen or freezing up. I am not home to see it. My husband told me about it. But when I looked on YouTube and said, I put an AC unit freezing up, and I found this very interesting video. I believe this is our issue. We won't know until we try it, and I am out at work and won't be home until later in the evening, but this may help someone else. A link to the original creator that has the full all of the other things that it might be is going to be in the description below, but I believe we have not changed our filter in quite a while, and that may be causing it. I'm hoping that's all, because if it is something regarding the coil as he's describing, we are not handymen and women, so then we may have to call someone, but hope this helps.
Air filter is dirty and it's not allowing enough air to pass through the evaporator coil. That will absolutely cause freezing as well. So the refrigerant charge could be totally fine, but if your filter is clogged, it's not going to allow enough air to flow past that coil, and it's going to freeze up. The third reason is very similar to reason number 2, and it's your evaporator coil. If your evaporator coil is clogged because your air filter was clogged and you were letting stuff bypass the filter, that's the same thing as if your air filter was clogged. It's not allowing enough air to flow through that evaporator coil, and it's going to freeze up. Okay, so now that we've discussed the 3 things that cause freezing, let's go back and show how we can resolve that problem, more than likely for free, and avoid having to call an HVAC tech and spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars. So the first and obviously the easiest is the air filter. Make sure that that air filter is clean, and equally as important is the filter rack. I've seen so many houses that have a filter rack that poorly filters the air. It allows a lot of air to bypass that filter, and that goes right into the coil and gets clogged in the coil. So if it's in your budget, I highly recommend installing a Honeywell 4-inch filter rack. If you install it properly and make sure everything is sealed, it's going to make sure that every ounce of air that goes through there is going to be filtered, and you're not going to end up with ever having to clean your evaporator coil. As far as the filter replacements, my go-to place is filterbuy.com. You can get those filters set up on a subscription plan and have them shipped right to your door. They're affordable, they're made in the USA, so no tariff stuff, and it takes all the brain power out of replacing your air filters. So check them out at filterbuy.com. Now moving on to number 2, and that is the evaporator coil. So there's a few ways that you can clean the evaporator coil. First of all, if you have room with your line sets, you can actually take the front cover off and slide the whole evaporator coil out. If it was designed properly, that's the way you should be able to do it. And I've demonstrated it in this video. I'll make sure and leave it at the end of this video so that you can check it out. But as you can see, we just slid it out. We were able to clean that evaporator coil real nice. Basically looked like it was new when we were done. Slid it back in, and we were done and back in business. Now, if you can't slide your evaporator coil out, you just don't have the clearances with your line set, we're going to show you right now on our demo furnace how you can do this with the coil in place, and you can still get an effective clean on your coil. All right, so here is our demo coil that we're going to be demonstrating on, and as you can see, these lines prevent this from going this way. So if this was in a actual home installation,